honey, if you back there. You got them up there. Okay.
First, April and I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming this morning. It's nice of you everyone to come by and share this occasion with us. We just want to share a few thoughts on how we came up with the name for Spencer Harry. First off, April and I are truly blessed with our two daughters and now the addition of Spencer. As many of you know, picking a name for a child is never easy. Especially in our house, you know, we have three females who shockingly all have an opinion. In the case of Spencer, we decided we want to honor two people who meant a great deal to our family. Poppy Sam, who is April's maternal grandfather, and Nana Henny, who is April's paternal grandmother. Fortunately, both these people lived long enough so Madison and Dylan could see what great people they truly were, but unfortunately, both of them passed away in the past 2 years, so Spencer will not get the chance to meet them, but only to hear stories about the two people he is named after. Both of these people meant the world to April. As a kid growing up, April would visit them in Brooklyn, and then when they moved to Florida, she would spend vacations visiting them. More recently, both Nana and then Poppy had moved back to New York from Florida so they could be closer to their families and get to see the growing number of great-grandchildren more often. We would take the girls to visit both of them, and it seemed as if nothing made both of them happier than seeing our kids jumping on their beds, playing hide and seek, and pretending to play restaurant with them. First, Poppy Sam was not a large man, he was soft-spoken, but he was such a loving, caring, compassionate person. Everyone was so worried about him when his wife Rita passed away. No one thought that he would be able to take care of himself. However, he surprised us all with his will to live and survive. Nothing made him happier than visits from the family. He was also not an overly complicated man, and I think everyone knew him would say it was the simple things in life that made him happy. He liked to eat vanilla ice cream, Chinese food, exercise regularly, and then take long walks to the library where he'd spend time reading the newspaper. These are not complex items by any stretch, and it was easy to see that it was not material things in his life that mattered to him. Poppy loved his family with all his heart and didn't need lots of fancy things to be happy. Spencer's middle name, Harry, is a memory of April's grandmother, Nana Henny. Nana was one of the strongest women I've known. To give you a sense of what I'm talking about, as many of you know, Nana was not in great health the past few years. Every so often, though, we'd get calls from April's parents telling us that Nana was not doing well and the doctors did not think Nana was going to make it, and we should come see her. The only problem with this was that the doctors did not know who they were dealing with. She was an incredibly strong woman with an unbreakable will. So we'd get these calls every so often for a period of about 5 years. But that was okay, because over that time period, Nana got to know and really spend time with 6 out of her 7 great-grandchildren. I believe it was the visits from our kids and their cousins that gave Nana the strength to survive. Nana also had an incredibly sharp mind. She loved to sit and talk about what was going on in the world, whether it was politics or business, and she did not hesitate to share her opinion. She would also call our house routinely to speak to our children and have them sing her a song. Although she could not hear, it did not seem to matter because the kids loved singing to her, and she always told them how great they were. And trust me, there's no future singing. Sorry. One thing I remember Nana always telling us, she said that you love your children, you love your grandchildren, but her great-grandchildren were truly a gift from God for her. Spencer is lucky enough to have one great-grandparent who we'll get to know. Unfortunately, Bubby Lily couldn't travel to Florida to be here, but Spencer will get to meet her soon enough. I'm sure she will have lots to talk about with him. It is our hope Spencer grows up to have all the same wonderful qualities that these people had. As soon as Spencer is old enough, not only will he hear stories about these great people, but he will hear the stories about his other great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents who have influenced our families. Knowing our families, he'll probably hear these stories more than once. I have no doubt that all these people who we love will watch over him throughout his life and smile as they watch him grow.
That is what, that deserves a little applause.
I'd also like to thank my wife, April. Did all the hard work.
Do it again. Steve, do it again. Give her a kiss.
So, what you said, Steve, actually really